Anyways, dude, we were talking about staying up late, just like staring off, not doing nothing, because I wasn't even like doom scrolling or anything. I stayed up until fucking 4 a.m. the other night reading comic books.
Hell yeah.
Like straight up just reading comic books, because I got stuck. I've read it before, but I was rereading the Secret Wars that came out in 2015, because there's a bunch of different Secret Wars. Yep. But in this one, it's where they destroyed planet Earth and everything, and Doom is like God, like Doom is the all, the mecha power at this point. So like Thanos gets word of it, and Thanos is like, you're not blah, blah, I am. And then Doom's like, oh yeah, really? And he fucking reaches out to Thanos and rips his goddamn spine out, just like, and I just couldn't stop reading it, dude. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's why I hit you up today. I was thinking about, I kind of wanted to go to that comic book shop today. There's a comic book shop I've been wanting to check out. And that's why I hit you up today. I was like, if you got the time, we should go check it out.
Oh, you did? Where? The East Atlanta?
No, well, no. So that's a homie. But
okay.
Shout out Truck Band. But there's a shop, Dave's Comics. It's over in like Fayetteville area.
Oh, yeah. No, I've been to Dave's Comics in Fayetteville when I used to work there. So like you walk in and there's comics on this side and there's vintage toys on the other side.
Okay. I've never been. That's why I was saying.
Oh, you didn't go inside of it?
Well,
no, dude.
Me and Mark drove by
legit,
a few days ago, and we didn't have.
Yeah.
It was too early. So,
I've been in Dave's Comics once or twice. Like they have, dude. One time when I was working on this very not well known show called Stranger Things, I got off early, and I was in the Fairburn area, and I like Googled comic stores near me, and Dave's Comics popped up. So I drove down there, and let's say I probably got there at around 1:00, and I ended up leaving at the normal time as I would have gotten off work if I worked a full day, because I just got stuck in there, dude. The vintage toy collection is amazing. The comic book collection is amazing. They have like literally it's wall to wall comics. You just get fucking lost. They have it categorized perfectly. Dave Comics is actually one of my favorite comic book stores, so it's awesome that you shouted them out.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I hate going into comic book stores and I can't fucking find what I'm looking for. They don't have anything labeled. They got the wrong things in the wrong bin. Like I fucking hate it. So Dave, I don't know if there actually is a Dave that works there. I don't know if that's the guy I was talking to.
He's the owner.
But it was categorized beautifully, and everything was very fairly priced. It was a lot of secondhand comics, and usually people try to price gouge you on secondhand comics. They try to say they're worth it because they don't expect somebody who knows what they're talking about to come in there all the time. Yeah. Especially with toys, like the aftermarket on toys is fucking ridiculous. But Dave, he very fairly priced. I don't think I saw anything over $30. So it was very, very
That's
good.
Sick.
And he even had this fucking he had one of the spawns that's like fucking very sought after, very hard to find. It's the first appearance of Gunslinger. It's usually like $700 or $800, but I think he only had it for like $200, so it was very fair. I didn't buy it, but no, it's fucking awesome. He's a great guy, great comic book shop.
Hell yeah.
So when you do have a chance, you need to go in there.
I will.
Fayetteville's very far from where we both live.
I mean, it wasn't too bad of a drive. I'm gonna check it out soon, hopefully.
Yeah, no, I highly suggest it, dude. That place is fucking awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyways, this is our podcast. We caught us in the middle of a conversation.
Welcome,
this
everybody.
Is our podcast. Welcome. You know the intro, so we'll just go right into it. I'm sorry. I gotta leave for a work event tomorrow. I gotta go to Savannah for a roofing conference. I just started this job. They're already sending me out of fucking town. And basically, we get there. Our itinerary is, I'm leaving at 8 a.m. We're driving straight there. As soon as we get there, we're not going to the hotel immediately. We're immediately playing golf as soon as we get to Savannah. Like immediately. We're driving to Savannah and we're immediately playing golf. Yeah, we're immediately playing golf as soon as we get there. Our tee time, so we're leaving at 8 a.m. Our tee time is at 2:50. Our check-in isn't even until 3. So like I'm traveling in my golf get-up with my golf clubs in the back. So we're immediately playing golf. And then after that, we're going to check in and change. And then we have to go to this dinner that's being provided by one of our one of our sources, like one of our provider, like people we buy fucking
Supplier.
shingles from. Can't think of supplier. There you fucking go. And then the next day, literally from 8 a.m. to like fucking 5 p.m., I got classes all fucking day. You know, training seminars, material seminars, selling seminars, all the shit, all fucking day. And then we do another dinner Thursday night where you mingle people, you try to make connections, and then Friday we fucking leave. So
Crazy.
Even though I'm gonna have a good time, it's still
It's
a work
work.
event.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. You got to do work stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so what is the conference? Is it like an actual conference? Like, are you going to be like,
Oh, dude, it's a huge fucking conference. There's people who roof from like all over the Southeast are going to be at this. There's going to be like 50,000 people there.
Shit. Okay.
So Savannah is going to be bombarded by roofing industry.
So is
people
this like the
weekend.
Atlanta Roofers Conference?
No, I don't.
like-
It's the GAF conference,
Okay.
and I fucking forget what GAF stands for, but they're who make shingles and supply shingles and
Okay.
all that good stuff. So yeah, but apparently I'm supposed to learn some things. So basically, I just can't get too drunk tomorrow night to where I sleep in and miss all the classes.
Yeah.
But what's going on? The downside of that, not the downside, kind of the upside of that. So me and my buddy I work with, it was supposed to be 3 of us going, and our boss, the big boss, the owner of the company, was supposed to go with us. Well, last minute, he gets word that his brother, who lives in Michigan, is coming to town, and he just happens to be coming to town tomorrow.
Womp, womp.
So he's not going on the fucking conference anymore. So now me and my coworker are going to be in Savannah completely unchaperoned.
Jesus.
So we'll see what happens, dude.
God.
I feel like I'm responsible enough to do the right thing. I hope I'm
I
responsible.
feel like that's
enough
probably
to do
like
the
some
right
of the
thing,
best
at
news
least.
you probably could have gotten.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. Especially because my cousin Jenny, she lives in or our cousin, she lives in Savannah, and I haven't seen her in like 2 years. And I hit her up, and she's a nurse, so her schedule is all over the place. She just happens to be off the 2 days that I'm going to be down there. So self-control is going to be a very big factor of this trip.
Yeah, let me know how that goes.
But I think I can do it. No, actually, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
You'll be all right. You'll be
fine. I'm too old. I'm too old to be. I'm 35 now. I was 34. I do that. I always age myself. I always say that I'm a year older than I am, just to like make myself used to it, so that it like kicks in by the time. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but I always age myself by a year. It's a habit I have. I don't know why.
It's cool. I on a yearly thing, I have to text people certain things and be like, "Hey, how old am I? Like, what's my age again?" But like,
But also, like,
I forget every
now
year.
that you're 39, do you just say I'm 40? Like, is it when people ask, are you just like, I'm 40?
I mean, if I like am just trying to like get down to it, like, yeah, I'm 40. Like, yeah, I'm kind of at that point now where I can say I'm 40. But like,
Yeah.
if I actually have to have a conversation with somebody, I'm like, yeah, I'm 39. Like, it's cool.
Yeah.
Like,
But the problem is I've said that I'm 35 so many times that I forget that I'm actually 34, and I don't even turn 35 until June.
yeah.
So then you run into the problem where when it's your birthday, people are like, oh, you're 36. And you're like, no, I'm 35. And they'll be like, oh, I thought you were already 35. And like, yeah, I lied.
No, I'm actually 36. I'm 36.
Yeah, I'm 36. I'm 36. I fucking forgot. What year were you born? One of those.
I just do the math, like 6 years back.
Yeah. When's your birthday? It's in June. What year? Every year. You know? Like, fuck.
Take the year I tell you and subtract +1. Wait, what?
Wait, what? What year were you born? I was born in 90. So how old are you? Do the fucking math. I don't feel like it.
Yeah, whatever. Is that what year you were actually born? 90?
Yeah, I was born in
Hell
90.
yeah.
I was born, but because of that, it's always been dope. So it's really easy to track my age. Like when people are like, oh, this happened in 99. I was like, oh, I was 9. Well, I was born in June for half of the year, literally for half of the year, I was 8 and the other half I was 9. So it depends on what time of the year it happened.
True.
But that's always made it easy. So now that we've gotten into the 2000s, I just add 10 to the year.
Hell yeah.
That's how old I am.
Yeah, that's sick. That's
Which
rad.
I'm sure everybody that was born in 90 does that. It's a real, if you didn't know, it's a real easy hack to remember how old you are.
Wait, then I got a math, dude. Come on.
All you got to do is add 10. And if you can't add 10, dude, you're
Man,
fucking up.
hell, I ain't trying to
Fucking
count
up.
that far.
10 is one of the easiest numbers to add. I feel like 10 is an easier number to add on things than 5.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
You know?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. But also, like, even if I'm doing, God, we have totally, whatever. But, like, if I'm doing math, dude, tens are way easier. Always has been. Even since, like, fucking elementary, middle, whatever.
Although, like, 5 is the easiest times table. So, or no, 1. 1 is the easiest times table.
Yeah.
1. Yeah. Or 0, because it's just 0. Everything's times 0 is 0. Yeah. Like, what's a billion times 0? Fucking 0.
Yeah. I mean, true. Hell yeah.
But speaking of trips, like, so like when you're on a trip, what's your like go-to gas station? Like when you stop, like what do you go in the gas station to grab?
Like gas. Oh, okay. I thought we were talking like gas station in particular.
Well, so I'm a QT guy through and through, but QTs aren't in every city, and I've only ever been to like one 7-Eleven in my life. And honestly, Buc-ee's is overrated. You go in there, you spend too much time. Now you just added 30 minutes to your fucking trip. It's a fucking clusterfuck in there. Like, yeah, it's cool, dude. But if you've seen it once, if you've seen one Buc-ee's, you've seen them all. Okay, you don't need to.
So
you don't need.
Let me add on this. Let me say when you've seen them one, you've seen them all. Okay, so I actually took Shannon for the first time like a week ago. Took her to Buc-ee's up north, like North Georgia, whatever it is.
Wait, there's one up north now? I thought it was only in Warner Robins. So is that a new location?
I guess it's newer, but it's like it's like North Georgia. Like it took us an hour and a half to get home or something like that. But we went up there. I love Buc-ee's. Even as a vegetarian, I still love Buc-ee's because they make a mean ass burrito there. So I think it's pretty good. I like Buc-ee's. But also I like Quick Trip too. I'm a big Quick Trip guy.
Even as a meat eater, I think their brisket and all that shit, I think it's just overrated. Like it's okay. It tastes like gas station food and I can't get away with that. Like I can't get away from that. Like it's okay for gas station shit. Like it still tastes like I bought this from a gas station.
Yeah. I mean, well, I guess essentially it is just a massive gas station, right? Like that's all it is. But
it's a gas station with a Walmart attached to it.
We went up there and I will say that gas station, maybe it's because we were there on a weekend. And honestly, I don't know if I've ever been down to the one like down south on a weekend. I don't think I ever have.
Yeah. No, because when we went to Orlando, it was like a Tuesday.
Yeah, but even the other times that like I went, like it's still like I think we left on like a Wednesday or something like that. So like I've never been to a Buc-ee's on the weekend, but yo, I'm not even kidding. That Buc-ee's was insane on a Saturday. Like,
I bet.
My
Well, you got to think like, I guess like, okay, so it's in North Georgia, so it's probably in a bumfuck town.
Oh, it is. Right? Yeah. Oh, for sure. It's in the middle
so
of
these people
nowhere.
on a Saturday, like that's shopping for them. That's lunch for them and shit like that.
Oh, dude, I can't.
Just like Warner Robins, Warner Robins is kind of a middle of nowhere fucking town. Yeah. So I bet Buc-ee's on Warner Robins is fucking insane on the weekends, dude.
Oh, I'm sure it is. And I mean, it's definitely a thing like you could notice like the people that were in the store, like you definitely noticed like that like they were on their way back from Florida or they're like on their way to Florida or like, it's like that en route kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I guess probably there's probably a 3, maybe 4 hour difference between the Buc-ee's, like going from North Georgia to South Georgia. It's probably about 3 hours, right? Something like that.
What I think is so funny. What's so funny is like remember when you're on the way to Orlando, once you get like, what is it? Once you get like 1,000 miles away from Buc-ee, they're like, Buc-ee's 500 miles. You're only 300 miles away from Buc-ee's. Like, it's like, dude, like we're hella far. Yeah. Like you guys think that highly of yourself that you're trying to amp me up for 300 miles.
So I'm not even kidding. Like, okay. So I had this conversation with Shannon because leaving the one that we left, as soon as you get off back on the interstate, there's a sign right after Buc-ee's that says next Buc-ee's, and it's like 18,000 or 1,800 miles or something like that.
Oh my God.
Like,
dude.
And it's literally, I'm not even kidding. It's probably in Buc-ee's like backyard, but like it is literally right there. And that shit says like 17 or 1,800 miles or something, 700 miles wild, or something dude. Like, dude, it's wild. It is absolutely.
But at the same
insane.
time, I mean, they can back it up. I mean, they do the volume to fucking.
Hell yes, they do.
Themselves that way.
Dude, there's like 30 employees, 50 employees working every day.
To me, it's just like it's just one of those things. Like I don't make it a point to stop. I've stopped at Buc-ee's plenty of times in my life, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm still a Quick Trip guy. Because
I mean, I like Food Trip too, but I fuck with Buc-ee's.
Like I said, dude, you're gonna fuck around and you're gonna be in there and you're gonna add 45 minutes to your trip just being at fucking Buc-ee's. You are, dude, because you're gonna get side. Especially me, I got ADHD like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at everything in there, dude.
Yeah, and that's what I told Shannon too. I was like, we're probably gonna be here for like an hour.
Yeah, and then when it's time to decide, when it's like time to decide what I'm buying, dude, that's a 20-minute process right there.
Yeah,
it is.
That's true. Yeah.
So,
I love their fucking dude. I went there. Pretty much the sole purpose of going there was their banana pudding, dude. I love their banana pudding. Like,
but aside from Buc-ee's, like when you go to a gas station, what do you make sure you grab?
Coke Zero and the bold Chex Mix.
I'm a very big pizza combos guy.
Hell yeah.
So I got to get my pizza if they don't have pizza combos, I'll look for pizza Pringles. And if they don't have that, then I'm just going to get a Reese's Fast Break. You know, that's my shit.
Dude,
that's my favorite candy bar.
Yes. Dude, I saw this shit on Instagram. It was amazing to me because you bring up freaking pizza combos. This dude takes pizza combos and throws them in a bowl with like garlic parm and butter and shit and like tosses them in that. And it blew my mind. I was honestly like, that sounds fucking amazing.
Have you ever gotten fancy with your pizza rolls and like pulled them out and fucking like tossed them in like butter and Parmesan?
Hell
and, like,
no, dude.
Dude, no, it's fucking amazing. Oh. Yeah.
No, it sounds incredible. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, I haven't done it. Well, I'll be completely transparent. I haven't had a pizza roll in probably 2 or 3 years.
It's probably been
last
10
time I
for
did.
me.
Last time I did, I pulled them out of the air fryer. I put them in a bowl, put some butter, put some fucking Parmesan in there, put some oregano in there, just fucking toss it up. Dude, this is the best pizza roll I've had in my life.
Hell yes.
You can even get crazy in it and you can put some of that slap your mama like heat seasoning on it. Dude,
yeah. Ooh.
It's the jam, bro.
You're killing me.
It's the fucking jam.
Me right now, dude. Shit sounds so good.
But also, every time I'm in a gas station, I'm an energy drink guy. I got to, because I have... Even though I make jokes and say that I'm just going to sleep, I have problems falling asleep in the car. I just can't do it. I try and try and try. I just can never get comfortable enough to fall asleep. So it's like, fuck, well, if I'm going to be awake. So I'm an energy drink guy, and I always go for a Ghost. And if I don't have a Ghost, I'm a White Monster guy.
Yeah. I think our friend Mark is also a white Monster kind of person.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude, White Monster, because you are what you drink,
There's so many good memes about White Monster.
Yeah, I know. But I feel like if you're a White Monster drinker, you're not putting holes in the drywall. But if you're the Green Monster drinker, dude, that drywall is fucked up, dog. Can't go green, dude.
Too good, dude. The OG.
You learned that from fucking you learned that in Age of Ultron, dude. Hulk, he has to find the chi to control the green, dude,
All he had to do was drink a White Monster, dude.
I don't know. Yeah.
All right, so we gotta talk about something because it's coming up this weekend, and
Mark's birthday.
Well, shout out Mark's birthday on Friday. Oh, what up, dude? Yeah. Happy birthday. But no, actually, WrestleMania is this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. To everyone listening, we have talked about wrestling a lot on this podcast. We don't care, whatever. Like, we love it. We've told you guys numerous times that we love it. WrestleMania is this weekend.
Tis the season,
Tis WrestleMania season. And pretty much the card is out. They've pretty much announced every match. I think they actually have announced. Now,
I think this card is accurate. I'm hoping that this card is accurate. Yeah. But we've been wrong on this show before, so who cares?
So I keep up with a lot more today's wrestling than Joey does. And I haven't finished watching Raw yet, but I have caught up besides that.
See, and that's what happened to me. Now that it's not that I don't love modern wrestling, because I do. And I always make it a point to watch up. Yeah, I always make it a point to watch the PLEs.
Yeah.
And the thing with wrestling is the storyline changes so much, and they do so many vignettes before the matches at the PLEs that you can catch up on what's going on. Yeah. But when it was a weekly thing, when it was a one and done, I don't have on demand on my Hulu. Like, I don't pay for the live TV, so I can't just go to a show and pick it. So I would have to make it a point to watch the show live. Once it transitioned to Netflix and you could watch the replays of SmackDown and everything on Peacock, I got lazy because I was like, oh, it's there, it's at my disposal, and I never made it a point to keep up with it. And then weeks go by and I'm just lost.
I get it.
You know
I
what
get
I'm
it.
saying?
I get it.
So I honestly feel like it transitioning from not being live on a network to where it's not like an on-demand feature, for people like me, it kind of kicked them in the ass because now I'm not making it a point. I'm making a point to see it when it's live if I can just see it a couple of days later, you know, and then I get lost.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's kind of the thing with streaming too for a lot of people. Is like why I feel like some of their numbers shift quite a bit. Like you always hear about their viewing numbers and stuff like that. I think that's why that shifts a lot. But it's WrestleMania season. I'm sure everybody kind of is in the same boat where everybody's probably trying to catch up and watch as much as they can to try and catch up with the storylines that are happening. But I don't know. I think the card that we have and the card that we're going by with the predictions that we're about to talk about with people, I think it's right from what I've seen. I think it's all there. I think everything is current. And I can say that honestly, I'm stoked as hell for this. I know a lot of people are kind of weird about it just because of the matches that some people are saying are not WrestleMania worthy. But I think it's going to be good. The card looks great, night 1 and night 2. But go ahead.
Let's go over the card. Let's talk about our predictions on the card. Okay. So who's first on the card?
So first on the card that we have, I don't think this is in any order, except I know the 2 main event. I have the 2 night 1 and night 2 main events. But besides that, I don't know if this is going to be in any order or anything like that. I'm just going by what the card is presented that I have. All right. So night 1, first one we're going to talk about Jey Uso versus Gunther. Okay.
So personally, I think this is going to be a very good match. I think it's going to be a very violent and physical match. I see Jey Uso winning this match.
I'm definitely going to agree with you, and not even because that I am a massive Jey Uso fan. I think this is I think this is what this has all been leading up to for him as this has been going. And Gunther, very much, as we've seen in the past, is very much that I think it's pretty cool, but I feel like he likes to put people over in major PLEs.
Yeah, and also what I was going to touch on is he's had a very long title reign, and historically in wrestling, unless you're Hogan or Brock Lesnar or somebody like that, like the story gets stale. It's time to change the pace. It's time to come up with a new story. It's time for a new title holder.
Yeah.
And I think we're at that moment. I think it's been building to that. And I mean, the WWE is crazy. There could be outside interference. There could be something that happens to where he still regains, where he retains the title.
Absolutely.
But I see Jey winning this match. I think that's how it's going to go.
I agree with you. All right. Next on the list, we're going to talk Jade Cargill versus Naomi.
I got Naomi in this one.
You got Naomi. Okay.
I got Naomi in this one. I'm not saying, and I'm not talking about like talent-wise or anything like that. I think what's going to happen is the betrayal at Elimination Chamber is going to come to a head. I see Bianca Belair interfering, and I see Naomi taking home the win.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Yeah. I mean, very possible.
Because Bianca and Naomi are still, tight, right? Either that.
I mean, they've all between her and Jade and Bianca, they've all kind of like.
So
the storylines have been kind of
2 possibilities here happening. But they both involve Bianca.
Yeah.
I either see Bianca coming in to help Naomi win, or Bianca doing a heel turn. But I think Bianca is going to be involved with the outcome of this match.
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with you again. And also, I think because of Jade Cargill's history and the way her kind of WWE career has been recently, I think that maybe something is going to happen again, to the point that like She came in, she did her thing, she led up to WrestleMania. Now she's gonna dip off and go do some other acting gig or something else for a little bit because she got hurt, like that kind of thing. But either way, I do think this is going to be a very outstanding match because of Naomi, because I love Naomi. And I think she's done a lot of work this year, and she's made a crazy comeback since she came back. So I think it'll be. I agree with you. I think Naomi's going to take this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right.
Who's next on the card?
Next on the list is the tag team title match with the War Raiders and New Day.
Yeah, New Day's winning that.
Yeah.
New Day's winning that. I think so.
I
think so.
I'll agree with you. I think it's I
don't know. The War Raiders are some. The War Raiders are some, bruiser motherfuckers. They really are. They're some tough motherfuckers. But I don't know, dude. Like, it's hard. It's actually really hard to decide. And all right, well, fuck it. I'm just sticking with it. I think New Day is gonna win. Actually, you know what? I think the War Raiders are gonna win.
So you think they're gonna keep the title?
I think they're gonna keep the title. I do.
Okay.
I do.
All right.
I do.
I'm gonna go with New Day on here because this will be their like title run as heels. So I think that could be a cool angle for them.
Well, actually, now that you put it that way, promos get better when heels are champions. Yeah. They're both great at the mic.
Yep.
It'd be nice to see them have a long tenured fucking heel run.
Yeah.
Being champion, and then you got to have the good guy come in eventually and be so. No, I'm gonna agree with you. New Day's gonna win.
Okay, so wait, you just kind of piqued my interest a little bit here. You said the new guy, the good guy, has to come in.
Mm-hmm.
Who would the good?
No. I'm just saying, like down the line, there's got to be good guys versus bad guys. So down the line, they're gonna relinquish the title to good guys again. But I'm saying you gotta. Heels just have to have.
I thought you were saying something about like Big E possibly coming back.
Okay. I would like to see that. But is he cleared to wrestle? Because
from what I've heard, no. Like,
and I know that they always try to keep that secret. Yeah, exactly. But I know they always try to keep that secret from people. But I think I've heard him candidly say like, "Yo, if I land on my neck too hard again, like I'm gonna be."
Yeah,
paralyzed.
I think he can take like little spots, but like I don't think like he probably can't like take a suplex or anything like that.
Yeah, and when you're that big of a powerhouse, you have to do big spots. Like you have to.
Hell yeah. And you got to lift
weight around. Yeah, and no, I don't have any inclination on who is going to take the title back from New Day, but like it just builds up to that. You know,
of course.
Wrestling has a way of like doing those storylines. So like, yeah, I think you will see the heels have a title reign for a while.
Okay, all right, yeah. All right, so we're both going to agree on New Day here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. Next up on the card, it's going to be I guess we could call this a luchador match, maybe? I don't know. But we're going to call it a luchador match because it has one of the greatest luchadors of all time in it. It's Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano, a.k.a.
Chad Gable.
Not Chad Gable.
It is Chad Gable.
Okay. All right. You.
But obviously, there's no chance in hell that I'm going to say Rey Mysterio is not going to win this match.
Yeah, of course.
There's no way. Like he's going to win the match. He's going to pull the mask off, and everyone's going to see that it's Chad Gable. I'm calling it. It's too simple.
I agree with you 100%. In all of it. Yeah. Yes, 100%. Yeah.
It's too simple.
Yep.
It's too simple.
For sure.
Come on. All right. Come on, WWE.
Next match.
We'll
cut that. Yeah, we'll cut that one short. We already called it. Like, yeah. That one's easy enough.
Yeah. All
right. Next one is a match that I'm very much looking forward to because I think it's going to be absolutely insane, and I love both of these dudes. It's LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu.
I got LA Knight. Regardless, this is going to be a very good match. It's going to be very physical. It's probably going to be about a 15-20 minute match. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of big spots, a lot of oohs and ahs. But I think ultimately LA Knight's going to win.
Now I have some things about this because as much as all right, so we've already in this list of we've talked about 5 matches already. In that we've already talked about 2 title changes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this being a title match as well. So I want to say Jacob Fatu is going to win this match. But there's part of me that's saying, because LA Knight has been a fucking great and amazing champion so far, that I feel like he might just have to win, you know? But I do think this is going to be an absolutely incredible match. Like, Jacob Fatu is a beast in the ring. LA Knight is going to match his energy perfectly, and I think it's going to be an incredible match. And I think we might, which I think could be kind of cool, maybe see a little bit like, maybe not, but a little bit like high flyer bit more out of LA Knight because he's going against somebody like Jacob Fatu.
I don't know. Do you have a match card that has stipulations of these matches? Like, are any of these like
No.
Are any of these like no hold barred matches or anything like that?
No.
Oh, okay. No. They're all just straight up matches.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's the Mania part of WrestleMania then?
Yeah, I mean, I could be leaving part of that out, but I don't. From what I've seen, they're not. These are all just, and from what I've heard, these are all just regular matches.
Okay.
All right. Next match. This is a big one. This is one that a lot of people are talking about, and I feel like the next 2 matches that we're going to talk about, I do feel like will possibly go in this order because of the hype and the shit and all the craziness behind these 2 matches, essentially.
Yeah.
All right. So this first match we're going to talk about, Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair for the Women's Championship.
I got Stratton.
Agreed.
Yeah, I got Stratton.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And
there was a time, and I don't mean to be critical. I don't mean to because obviously this is an athlete who's doing something that I could never be capable of doing.
Absolutely.
And they're doing it on a grand stage.
Yeah. On the grandest stage of them all.
There was a point in time where I legit, and I even said this to you like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I thought Charlotte Flair was the best women's wrestler there is because in her prime, I think she's past her prime, sadly. I don't know if injuries or taking all that time off has done something to her. She's not the same wrestler out there. Yeah. And it bothers me because she used to be like awe-inspiring. She used to be fucking incredible. Yeah. Like I used to get emotionally attached to her matches because I remember texting you back in the day, telling you about Charlotte Flair and being like, yo, she's putting women's wrestling on the map. Like she's doing incredible fucking things. Yeah. And, because she was, and I think she's gonna get it back. I really do. Sadly, her most recent work I haven't been impressed with, so I don't know if it's something in between the ears or if she's just not fully back from all her time off. Because in her prime, Charlotte, and like I said, she's still so young in the grand scheme of things. It would be shitty to think that she's past her prime, but she's not the wrestler I'm used to seeing right now. Like when I see her matches, I'm like, this doesn't look like a Charlotte Flair match, because I used to watch Charlotte Flair matches and be fully fucking engaged and entertained and be blown away by her talent. So I think she still has that in her, and I think she needs to. I think right now she's focusing on putting people over because I think she herself knows that she doesn't still have it. But I think she can get it back. I do. And that's why I don't ever join in on the Charlotte bashing that I see online and stuff like that, because I know what I've seen with my own eyes. I know what Charlotte Flair used to be capable of and probably still is capable of. So I don't ever join in on that because I think I know what I've seen, and I know that Charlotte Flair has the talent, or she has had the talent. I just don't know what's going on with her recently. But because of that, I think she's going to start to put people over more and more, and I think she's going to put Stratton over at WrestleMania.
Well, I agree with you 100%. I was trying to think of something like maybe like, oh yeah, like no, literally, like I think you hit everything like perfectly. I do want to agree that I hope she's gonna get it back, and like I hope it comes back, kind of thing. because there definitely has been something since she's come back that like it's like you were
it's
hoping,
just off.
Yeah, and like everybody was like
off.
everybody was hoping for this crazy comeback, and then like literally she came back and it was kind of just like like nothing, like it kind of just fell flat. And I don't.
And I'll tell you, in her matches, she does have sparks. She does have like, she'll do a move or she'll take a bump. You're like, wow.
Yes.
And then the rest of the match, you're like, oh, dude, come on, like, where are you at? You know?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely do think if there is somebody who I feel like we might get to see like kind of a glimpse of old Charlotte, I think it's going to be this match, because if you look at the way that Tiffany Stratton wrestles nowadays, you will see a lot of that like old kind of like probably like 10 years ago Charlotte Flair, like you know, like around like, you know, whatever happened when she was what you were just talking about. I feel like
she was phenomenal,
dude. She was
fucking amazing.
She was, and
she was so fucking good.
That's the thing, is like, that's why I feel like if there's somebody that's going to bring that out, and somebody, because dude, there has been so much happening, so many spots, like with them like attacking each other out in the parking lot, and like all these crazy spots that they're doing, dude. Yeah, I really do think that this is going to be. I think a lot of people are kind of upset about it and maybe sleeping on it because of Charlotte Flair's like whatever that's happening now. I think a lot of people are worried about that, but at the same time, like I really do believe that if somebody's going to bring that like old Charlotte back that everybody wants to see again, I think it's going to be versus Tiffany Stratton. Like, and what not better than for the title? Like, I agree with you that it's going to be Tiffany Stratton, but I do agree with you everything you said about Charlotte Flair.
But I will say if Charlotte does win, I hope that this is her ticket to like bring it. I hope if she wins, we start seeing old Charlotte, because I know that the talent's got to still be there, and I'm just so hopeful that we can see it again, because I don't want to see her legacy tarnish out, because dude, there was a time where like Charlotte Flair was in my favorite wrestler category because of how fucking great she was. She was fucking amazing, but I just don't see that same Charlotte Flair out there anymore, and I hate it. And I really, and like I said, like that, this is why when I hear people talking bad about Charlotte, or when I read it online, or I see Instagram posts about it, I just don't join in on it, because like I said, I'll never be at that level of athleticism, because even on Charlotte Flair's worst day, she's still a better wrestler than I'll ever be.
Oh, hell yeah. Than anybody talking shit
like,
will be.
Like, true, you know? But I understand the frustration of wrestling fans, and my only frustration is because I've seen how good you are, and I know what you're capable of, and I just want to see that again. And if you don't still have it, then just become enhancement. Like, help train these women who are in the locker room, help push them, help put them over. Yeah. But I do think she's still got it. I think it's still somewhere in there, and I would love to see. I'm a Charlotte Flair fan, for sure. Just because of what I know she's capable of. I just want to see Charlotte bring it again. I just want to see her be her old self again.
Agreed, 100%. All right, last match on the card, main event, night one, triple threat match. I'm going to call this one the custody battle of Paul Heyman. So main event, night one, Seth.
Wait, was Rollins ever a Heyman guy?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, when it boils down to it, everybody in that locker room is a Paul Heyman guy. Let's be real.
Okay.
Like, so anyway, Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns versus CM Punk.
Okay. Now, I know what I said recently about Roman Reigns, but this match is completely a spotlight on Seth and Punk. That is who is spotlighted in this fucking match. And in all honesty, I'm going to tell you, it's kind of bullshit that they're having to do a three-way match for this, because the Rollins-Punk feud is outstanding.
Yes.
It's amazing. Yes. There's so much emotion in this. I want to see them fight each other. I don't know why Roman's had to be involved in this, because I want to see them fight each other. I want to see them
I think a main part of it is because of Paul Heyman. Like the whole thing that's happening, like, the whole best friend thing, like, oh, you're my best friend. Oh, my best friend Paul Heyman, my best friend CM Punk. Like that whole thing, like it's like, okay. And I do agree with you. Like the Seth Rollins CM Punk would be match. Like, let's throw these motherfuckers in a Hell in a Cell in WrestleMania and let's call it fucking chaos. Like, let's let those dudes rip.
And I feel like that's what they deserve. I feel like that's what they need. Like that match needs to be a showcased match.
I agree.
And it's just weird with the third man. It's just going to take away from that storyline for me.
Okay.
For me, it is. But I will throw you a curveball. I think they're going to give Punk his WrestleMania moment, and I think Punk is actually going to win this match.
As much as I don't want to agree with you, like because like I've discussed, like I have a love-hate relationship with CM Punk. Like I really do love the dude, but also like I really fucking hate the dude too. And I think that's kind of the character of CM Punk. That's how they like to play it. But I agree with you. I think CM Punk's going to take this one because I think, like I said, in the custody battle, I think he's going to become the Paul Heyman guy, and maybe Roman will take some time off again because he loses his wise man, like, so maybe Roman will go do some stuff for a little bit after WrestleMania like he did last year.
I'll tell you this. CM Punk is at his best when he's a fiery neutral, not a heel, not a face. When he's just a fiery, hot mic, say whatever the fuck I want, neutral. And if he can win this match, and if he's partnering with Paul Heyman, and him and Paul Heyman both are cutting promos together, that's almost as good as wrestling gets, dude.
Yeah. But also, like, in the grand scheme of things, how gnarly would it be if, like, next year, like, because I don't want to talk about night 2 yet, but we know what the main event is for night 2, and let's say some things.
Well, actually, once we move into night 2, we can start going quicker with the predictions and get to, we can just have the talking points be on the big ones. Because I mean, dude, another thing is, I don't know if everybody else has seen it. Both nights are going to be 9 fucking hours long, including the pre-show and post-show and the event. So it's going to be 18 hours of WrestleMania.
I'm so hyped.
My problem is I consistently fall asleep during these things because of how fucking long they are. It's true.
I mean,
that's why Elimination Chamber, I didn't watch it until the next day because I knew I was going to have to take breaks and walk around and fucking do something because I can't sit still for fucking 4 hours, dude. I'm going to fall asleep.
I know. That's why me and Mark are just going to watch it unless you come over, but me and Mark are just going to watch it and just be zoned out, dude.
Either way, we're going to be watching it together because we're going to Zoom call or something. I'm going to be involved, but what I told you earlier is like I'm going to be in Savannah for 3 days, which means my wife is alone with 3 kids for 3 days, and it would be really shitty for me to come back in town and then the next night be like, all right, peace, I'm headed out again. you know?
Yeah, I get it. All right, so since we both agree CM Punk on that match.
Yes.
All right. Night 2.
The next
we're getting into night 2. This is night 2.
All right, I'll just give you quick predictions for the next couple ones.
Okay. All right. First match, night 2. It's going to be Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez.
As much as I want to see Liv win, she's not. It's going to be Bayley.
So we're calling another title change?
Yeah.
And we're calling Lyra a double champion at this point?
Yeah, you got to see it, It's got to happen.
I don't not agree with you. But I'll agree with you on this because I think Liv and Raquel are going to lose the title. Like I think it's definitely time that the title changes hands. So I do agree with you on this one. I'll roll with you on this too. And it'll also be sick to see Lyra as a double champion.
Yeah, and I that's honestly a main reason why I think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we got next?
All right. Next match. This is actually probably one of my favorite matches that I'm very much looking forward to. I think this is one match that I think a lot of people maybe are sleeping on because there's so much other amazing matches happening. But Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre.
I will tell you, as a wrestling fan, any match that involves Drew McIntyre, you cannot sleep on. Any match that involves Drew McIntyre, you cannot sleep on.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think Drew is going to go out there and they're equally going to beat the fuck out of each other because these are two big old boys.
Yes.
These are two big old boys. Say what you will about Damian Priest. He's the same size as Drew McIntyre. Yeah. They are both monstrous men. So this is going to be a great match. This is going to be an old school wrestling match. You know, this is going to be tough, physical, slams, kicks.
I also feel like there's going to be a lot of blood.
I hope there is.
It's Drew McIntyre.
There is, because I like the blood.
I think there is. I think it's going to be brutal as
I like
shit.
Blood when it's necessary.
Yeah.
I don't like when it evokes emotion, when it shows your tenacity, when it shows like how fucking resilient and relentless you are. That's when I like blood. I don't like bloody matches just for the sake of bloody matches. Like, I've never been a death match fan or anything like that. It's just too gratuitous. Like, some of them are cool, some of them are awesome, but like, I don't need to see you throw your body through like 40 light tubes just to fucking show how hardcore you are. Like, I get it, dude. You're into some weird shit in the bedroom, so you know, like, cool.
Yeah, that's like
I get it.
So that it was a whole thing with Gunther and Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso last week. Gunther beat the shit out of Jimmy Uso and like made him bleed, like hardcore bleed, like no, like beat the hell out of him. And everybody's like, "Oh, he went too far. There was too much blood. That was too grotesque and all." And it's like, yo, that's Gunther being like the crazy power heel that he is. Like,
does nobody remember when JBL busted open Eddie Guerrero and he was literally squirting blood from his forehead?
Yes,
like squirting blood.
Yes.
But I think that was a blade job gone wrong. I think Eddie cut too deep or something like that.
Probably.
I think that's what really happened.
On, I believe, on fucking SmackDown, there was a good Eddie chant.
Hell yeah, dude.
Because Cody was talking about some of the championship titles, and there was a good Eddie chant.
I'm trying to find some vintage Eddie Guerrero shirt. I'm in the market for some vintage Eddie Guerrero shirts because there was this Monday Night Nitro where Eddie Guerrero was wearing this shirt with Old English font, and it just said Eddie Guerrero is my favorite wrestler. Like, he was wearing the shirt himself, and I was like, dude, I gotta find that fucking shirt.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I really like the Latino Heat shirts, but here's the thing: is you got to remember, even though we're in the WWE universe, there's a vast majority of people who aren't. And if me, as a white dude, I'm just walking around, even though Latino I am a quarter Heat. Latino, I'm just very white passing.
Yes.
But if I'm walking around wearing a shirt that says Latino Heat, I feel like I'm just asking for problems, because if people don't know that's an Eddie Guerrero shirt, they'd be like, "What the fuck is that?" You know?
Maybe. Okay. Well, all right. Well, while we're on this note, and while we're on this T-shirt in particular, because I love this T-shirt as well.
Liv Morgan wears it all the time.
Liv Morgan does not wear a Latino Heat shirt. She wears a Latino Cheat shirt, which is one of the people in the next match, which is Dominic Mysterio.
Wait, you never said who you thought was going to win, though.
I'm going to say, just for the sheer sake of it, Drew McIntyre, because my boy deserves a win.
That's who I was going to say. I thought you were going to go with Priest.
I mean, I would like Priest to win, but my boy Drew deserves a W. Like,
dude. But before we go into the next match, you mentioned that one T-shirt, and I just want to say very quickly, the "I lie, I cheat, I steal" shirt from back in the day, one of the hardest T-shirts ever. I can't wear it in front of my kids. I just couldn't.
Yeah, I get it. All right. So anyway, now that we did that prediction, back to it. It was. The next match is going to be Dominic Mysterio, Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, and what they're ramping up to be the greatest, newest luchador, Penta.
I have not been impressed by Penta. Since his move to WWE, I've been thoroughly, outstandingly impressed with Penta's previous work.
Yes.
And incredible.
I will say too. I think his brother's maybe showing him up a little bit.
Because
Ray Phoenix has been killing it.
Yeah. So.
All right. So who you call?
Who do I got in this match?
Call?
Who do I got?
And also, this is for the title as well. So.
Yeah. In all honesty, okay.
The title that Braun Breaker has right now.
Braun's not going to win this match. That would just be too easy. Braun's not going to win this match. Finn Balor's not going to win this match. It's either going to be Penta or Dominique. And I see them trying to give some fuel to Penta. I do.
As the Intercontinental Champion?
I think they really just want to give him, because they've spent so much money and they've talked it up so long and it was rumored for so long and then it was supposed to happen and didn't happen. I think they're trying to give Penta the biggest push they can.
Yeah.
To me, it's between Dominique and Penta, and I think Penta's going to win this match.
Okay, I don't not agree with you. But I also see Dominique winning because this could be the break from the Judgment Day and him as a singles person.
Yes. Okay, so I was going to touch on that. I could see if Liv wins her match, I could see Dominique winning, and then they're, the champion power couple, I could see that happening. So while I'm watching, it's really going to depend on if she wins that match, who I see winning this match. Because I think that's the theory they would go with, or not the theory, I think that's the storyline they would go with. But I do see Penta winning this match just because of the push they're putting around him.
Yeah.
But I don't see Finn Balor winning.
No, I don't think so either. I would like just
Finn Balor's going to do some crazy spots.
Yeah,
Finn Balor's going to show his ass.
Oh, yes.
Finn Balor's going to put on a fucking show.
Oh, yes, he is.
But I just don't see him winning.
Yeah. I'll roll with you on that. All right.
Okay.
Okay. No, actually, no. I'm not going to roll with you on Penta. I'm rolling with you. I'm going to go with Dominique.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Dominique winning because I want my boy to win. My boy's.
I think this is the first one we disagreed on.
No, we. Maybe it is. Okay, maybe it is.
Maybe.
Anyway,
maybe.
Either way, yeah, I'm gonna go with Dominique because I want my fucking boy to win. That's why.
Okay. All right. Cool.
And I think it's gonna be an absolutely insane match, though. Like, I
think the match itself is gonna be insane,
yes. Especially with these four guys.
I feel like they're going to find a way to neutralize Braun. I think there's going to be plenty of 3-on-1 spots that happen.
Okay.
So I think they're going to find a way to just neutralize him. And I think the highlight of the match is going to be Dominique versus Penta.
Yeah.
I think that's where all the spots are going to happen. I think that's going to be
which
the
that just happened.
lore.
So I'd be kind of curious to see how that translates over. From it happened like a week or two ago, whenever it happened to WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. But either way, I think it's going to be a phenomenal match. All right, so you're calling Penta, I'm calling Dominique. Next match. This one I think this is going to be a huge put-over match because I really fuck with one of these dudes and the other one I don't fuck with at all, even though I fuck with him as a wrestler. This is AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
Logan Paul is going to win.
Absolutely. And I think, I think it's just going to be a lot of AJ Styles. And I think they're going to both take incredible spots. I think all of their spots are going to be absolutely insane.
And I'll tell you this. AJ Styles, if you weren't a fucking UGA diehard, I wouldn't go against you.
Hey, man. Look. Shout out our Georgia boy, AJ Styles. Also, shout out our Georgia boy in the last match, too, Braun Breaker.
And also, Gainesville's a great town. Nothing about Gainesville. I just wish you were raised a little bit better so you didn't cheer for the damn Bulldogs. That's all I got to say.
No, I really do.
I'm just playing. I love you, AJ.
I really do believe that AJ Styles is going to put on essentially he's going to put on a clinic, but at the same time, he's going to do a lot of putting over Logan Paul because Logan Paul is going to have to get his WrestleMania moment.
That's what he's there for. And you gotta think AJ's hitting the age where his kids are growing. He's getting older. He's made his point. He's definitely going to be involved with wrestling until the day he dies.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have to go out there and break his neck all the time. No. I think he's trying to get his last glory moments in. And he's trying to put some guys over. And I have all the respect in the world for him. I'm
absolutely.
All joking aside, all that UGA shit I just said aside because it's all fun and games. I highly respect AJ Styles.
Oh, he's a badass dude.
I think he's one of the greatest wrestlers of our generation. He's fucking amazing, and he's stood the test of time. He's had some of the best matches I've ever seen, personally. So I have nothing but love for AJ Styles. My thing is, you're either gonna see AJ Styles hit another title run and last another 5 years, or you're gonna see him slowly make his exit from in-ring performing.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, I'll agree with you.
As much as I would love to see AJ Styles win this, and he still could, this is one of those matches that's hard to call, because this is one of those, hey man, it could happen. AJ could win this match. But just because of the money involvement, the sponsor involvement, the push involvement, I see Logan Paul winning this match.
Yeah. I agree with you. As much as I hate it and it sucks, whatever. Yeah. But like, I agree with you.
And honestly, Logan as a person is starting to grow on me. I think he's starting to mature as a person. I listen to his podcast every now and then. He's not the shithead that he used to be. He's actually, he's becoming a respectable adult, and I got to give him that.
All right. You heard it first, people. Joey giving Logan Paul props.
Yeah, he seems like a decent dude. Like, I mean, he's obviously from a vastly different lifestyle than we are.
Of course, yeah.
You know, he definitely had his arrogant shithead white dude moments when he was younger, but I think he's growing out of that. I don't think he's a bad dude anymore. You know, I think he's all right.
Yeah. I think he's just one of those dudes that's like so far like unobtainable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. He's one of those people I have nothing fucking in common with.
Yeah.
Him.
Oh yeah.
Like we have nothing in common.
We will have
like
zero similarities.
Our lifestyles are so vastly different than like there is no common ground with me and the person that Logan Paul is, except for being fans of wrestling. Yeah. But I respect him. I'm fine with him. He's okay. He doesn't bother me like he used to. I'm fine with Logan Paul nowadays.
Okay. All right. On to the next match. Got another title match here. It's Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea fucking Ripley.
Sky.
Calling Io. She's gonna keep the title.
All
right.
I think it's just her time to shine. I really do. I think it's just on her. I think this is probably going to be one of, if not the best. This could potentially be match of the night aside from the main event.
Yeah.
Which sometimes the main event isn't the best match of the night. So, you know.
Very true.
Which a lot of people forget. You know, 1998 King of the Ring, the Hell in a Cell match, the pay-per-view wasn't over. You know, they still had to finish the King of the Ring tournament.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So like I say, it's not always the main event that's the most memorable match. And I feel like this is going to be one of them. I have it. Yeah. I see Sky winning.
Okay. I'll agree with you because this is another one that I feel like, as much as I do feel like the title should change hands, I feel like we're going to see enough title changes throughout the night and throughout the 2 nights.
And I feel like this is a glory moment for her because she hasn't been champion for that long, has she?
No. I think she's had it for probably like 2 or 3 months now, or whatever days it is.
I see her getting her fucking ass beat in this match.
Yeah. I mean, Rhea Ripley's in it,
but I see her winning. Yeah, Ripley is so fucking physical too, dude. Like she's a monster.
Bianca Belair. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
like it's insane.
I'm glad that people are starting to realize, because I think I texted you maybe 2 or 3 years ago about Bianca Belair, telling you to watch out for her because she was on the rise. Yeah. She's incredible, and it's weird. I didn't realize how big of a fan. God, people are gonna give me shit when I say this out loud and be like, "Oh, of course you are." I didn't realize how big of a fan I was of women's wrestling, but I think it's just because it got to the point where the men's division got so stale and so boring, and the women just really finally started to fucking put it out. Like, it stopped being tits and ass. It stopped being, you know, like, it stopped being one of those things. It stopped being the, you know, what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It stopped being like that.
No more bra and panties matches.
Yeah. Which, honestly, dude, thank God that era of wrestling's over, because it was just so fucking stupid. stupid.
Idiotic.
You know, you had these females who were world-class fucking athletes, and instead of letting them showcase their skills, you're like, yeah, get out there and just show everybody your thong. Okay, what the fuck, man? Yeah. And you never got to see that these women can actually fucking kick ass. So now you've got a roster full of women who can kick anybody's ass. Most men off the street, they can kick their fucking ass. And I'm just glad to finally see that happen, because there was a point in time when Charlotte Flair was on top. The men's division was so stale, I would literally tune in for the women's matches because they were so much fucking better than the men's matches. And I feel like this is going to be one of those matches that's going to blow a lot of the other events out of the fucking water. I really do.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. And I really do think this is a pretty cool, I know a lot of people have been kind of weird about it because it's a 3-way, and everybody's always fucking weird about 3-ways and 4-ways and shit like that. But like, I think as a triple threat match for a title, I think this is going to be a very cool thing, especially with the 3 of them. I think we're going to see like, I think it's just going to be a phenomenal match. Like, I think we're going to see a lot of genuinely, like, we got the high flyerness out of Io Sky. We got the straight, like, beat 'em down mentality of Rhea Ripley, and then we have the technical muscle
Bianca can do it all.
Of Bianca. Yeah,
Bianca
exactly.
can fucking do
yeah,
it all.
And exactly. She even does high flyers. So like, I think it's going to be a very nice like distribution of how these people wrestle and stuff like that going in. So I agree with you. I think this
and it's also got a lot to do with the fact I've got 2 daughters, so I'm a very big proponent and like advocate for like, yeah, show them you can fucking do it. Show them how good you are. Show them that you can keep up with them. Show them you can outdo the men. Like, I love that shit. You know,
get the twins in the ring. Get them as a tag team.
I'll tell you, one of the girls, one of the girls might be down for it. One of the girls she's a fucking bully, and she ain't scared of shit, and she's tough as fucking nails, dude. She is tough as shit. But you know, it's very strange. With how big of a wrestling fan I am, my kids, they don't show any interest in it at all. Like, I'll watch it and they don't care. But what's weird is one of my twin girls, if I'm watching football, she is right next to me, glued to the fucking screen, which is fucking tight.
Hell yeah.
My son doesn't give a fuck about any sports at all.
Yeah, Carter ain't wrestling.
He fucking hates sports, period. He is so bored with sports, he doesn't give a fuck about them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it was one of those things, like, as a kid, I definitely caught interest. It helped with my ADD a little bit as a kid, you know, like with this kind of thing.
I feel like also like I said, wrestling was just different when we were kids. It was a lot more exciting, and it was a lot more, it wasn't that it was a lot more exciting. It was just everywhere.
Yeah.
It was just so more relevant everywhere. Yeah. Like, nowadays you got all the video games, you got all the shows, you got all the YouTube, you got all this shit. Like, wrestling isn't what it was as big as like the pop culture.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's still very big. People still love it. You know, they still sell out arenas everywhere. But now wrestling is one of those things you either know about it or you don't. Where
it's very niche,
in the 90s,
niche-y subject.
Yeah. Where like in the 90s, everybody knew who the wrestlers were. Like, if you mentioned China, the whole world knew who she was. You mentioned The Rock, the whole world knew. Stone Cold, the whole world knew. Now, if I'm talking to, you know, my family about Cody Rhodes, they don't know who the fuck he is because they don't watch wrestling. But you know, that's just how it is. Everybody knows who John Cena is. Yeah, everybody knows who John Cena is.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
speaking of which,
I think it's actually okay. So now that you mentioned these 2 people, main event night 2. We all know that, of course, this is one of my favorite matches because I love both of these dudes, Cody Rhodes and John Cena.
Okay, do not get mad at me.
No, I'm actually
John Cena's gonna win.
Yeah, I mean,
because of his big heel turn, he's gonna take over the championship. But I will tell you this, and I don't know if other people have said this before. Dude, I got razor burn right here, and it looks like a hickey. That's tripping me out. It's bad razor burn too. Like, it's fucking gnarly. I didn't put aloe on after. Sorry, ADD. Anyways, but I will say, many podcasts have probably said this before. I fully, wholeheartedly see Cena going back to face before he retires this year. I don't know how it's going to happen. He's probably going to turn on Rock, or maybe Cody will turn on him, something like that. But I don't see John Cena retiring as a heel.
But do you see John Cena retiring with the belt?
No, I don't.
No. Okay.
No.
All right.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that. John Cena is going to win, as I think a lot of people are finally coming to terms. And trust me, I do not want to come to terms with it, because that's my fucking boy. I don't want Cody to lose. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
But I think for the story to continue the story, to continue things that are going to happen. And honestly, I think if this happens, it might give Cody a little time off, maybe, which could be what he wants, to get a little time to spend with his daughter and his wife and stuff like that. So, like, I think that might be a good thing if Cody isn't champion, because then he doesn't have to do all the extra homework. But I think John Cena having the title for a while, and I do think he's going to lose it at some point. I don't think he's going to retire with it either. Like, as much as we can talk shit.
But do you see Cody getting it back from him, or do you see somebody else getting it back from him? Maybe Seth Rollins.
Maybe, because I do. Well, yes and no. I do feel like somebody's going to take it from him, and then Cody's going to get it back later.
But let's think about who we got that would be a formidable opponent
CM Punk.
for John Cena. Yeah, would you see
CM
Punk
Roman
as
Reigns
champion?
Roman
Reigns. Yeah,
I mean,
but that's what I'm saying too. And I don't mean to be a dick. We need to start seeing new superstars come in and get the top spots, because I've seen Roman Reigns be champion for the past 10 years. I've seen John Cena for 20 fucking years.
Yeah.
I've seen these same guys, just this, circle of 5 guys in championship rotation for about 10 years now.
I will say, I do honestly, I think Drew McIntyre's going to work his way up there at some point. I think he's going to get up there.
Yeah. And it kind of bothers me that he's not there, because he was just recently in a top spot and now he's not. Like, what the fuck happened?
It's fucking WWE politics, dude. We're not supposed to know those things. Like,
yeah, I don't know. He must.
But I do like,
because this time last year he was at the top.
Yeah, for sure. And
like, he was main eventing.
I do think I think Braun Breaker is another one of those people as well. Like,
I don't see Braun Breaker ever being champion to that.
Not yet.
Of course,
not yet.
Champion. I don't know. I
can see it happening later. Like, give him time. Let him get like 5 years into this thing. Let him get bigger in every way.
And I love Braun Breaker.
That's your boys, dude.
Because dude,
that's your boys.
The Steiner Bros. You know how obsessed I am with Steiner Brothers.
That's what I'm saying. That's your boys.
Oh my God. Dude, whenever we do I can't wait till we do a top 10 tag team. Oh my God. Because I'm a tag team lover. I can just talk about tag team wrestling for fucking hours. That is my shit.
I mean, I literally put a tag team on my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
So.
like, dude, seriously, like, tag team wrestling for me is where it's at. Because I feel like that's where technical, psychological, I feel like that's where wrestling is at its peak.
Yeah.
When you got to work as a team.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I fucking love it. I love it. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I can rattle them off right now.
No, don't do that. Save it.
No,
Save it.
We're not gonna. We're not gonna.
Save that one.
I just had to edge you guys a little bit. But yeah, no, back to what were we talking about?
I mean, John Cena essentially retiring as a heel with the title. I mean, it's kind of what it was.
No, I don't see him retiring with the title.
Yeah.
I don't. When was the last time somebody retired with the title? I know it's happened, but I can't remember the last time it's happened.
I know. Well, no, I has it ever happened? I don't know, because wasn't that the issue with?
It's had to have happened.
No, I thought that was the issue that Bret Hart, because remember Bret Hart wanted to take the title.
No. Bret Hart wasn't retiring. He was going to WCW. And the thing is, he said he didn't have a problem with losing the title to Shawn. He just didn't want to do it in his home state. And I think, or his home country. And I think there is more to it. I think you may have been right. I think he did want to relinquish the title and not lose it, but I don't think he ever intended to go to WCW with the W. But you know who did do it? Alundra Blaze, Medusa. She went to WCW Nitro with the WWF Women's title, and it's a historic moment. She went there and she threw it in the trash. Like, she went to the broadcast booth.
Yes.
So she's done it. She's done it.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
But I can't think of anybody else who has. I can't.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not off the top of my head.
Yeah, because I feel like that's one of those things where like that's one of those like things that like Vince McMahon like would sorry, if we're not allowed to say that name, whatever. That like he wouldn't let that happen, you know? Like
yeah.
I feel like that was one of those things that like you're not taking my property away kind of thing.
Yeah.
Some like weird my precious shit cuz he's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah. But yes, I mean, but you got Cody?
I want to have Cody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I want to think that my boy is going to keep the title, but in the grand scheme of things, for story purposes, for John Cena's story to continue, I think John Cena is going to win.
Yeah. Oh, I think we're on the same page with that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be, because it's going to be very sad to see Cody lose another WrestleMania match, but I think it's going to happen. As much as I don't want it to, I think Cena.
Yeah, but Cody's still got.
He's still got some years on him. Yeah, for sure.
But I guess we're gonna come back Monday and see how right or wrong we were. So we're gonna have to keep notes.
Yeah,
on
we'll
this.
check in with everybody next week. And
don't worry. There'll be episodes where we don't talk about wrestling. We'll don't worry about it.
There will be some.
I mean, but because I don't know if we've gained or lost listeners to I really don't give a shit.
yeah.
But don't worry, because we got some guests lined up. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Yeah, this is gonna be great. I'm fucking sleepy, dude. Goddamn. Anyways, so
he's got a big day ahead of him tomorrow.
I got a big day, and I still haven't even fucking packed.
Oh Jesus Christ,
dude! I'm telling you, ADD just kicks in, and like I started to pack, and then I was like, wait, so what happened in that one issue where it's because I can't remember if Spider-Man dies in this issue or not, because there's this. It's called The Death of Spider-Man, but I didn't finish it, but Captain America accidentally shoots Spider-Man in the kidney, and I think Spider-Man dies, but I can't remember, so I'm gonna have to reread that. And then I got stuck on that, and then
my brother's probably like, that's
you.
not how it happens at all.
No, Captain America shot him on accident.
I know, I'm just saying.
And then there's another part of the Secret War where they know that the end of the world's coming, so Kingpin's got all of his buddies in his fucking lair, and then you see the Punisher just fucking bust in, and he's like, oh, like, y'all aren't gonna die by this, I'm gonna fucking kill you. But then there's a whole Secret War that's the Punisher fucking didn't. It's just a lot of shit, you know? And then, like, I mean, fucking magnets, how do they work?
God, oh Jesus. God almighty. It's getting late, ladies and gentlemen. Joey's talking like this.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. So, all right, let's get out of here, dude.
All right, everybody. As usual, you can follow us on Instagram. It's TTATO Podcast ATL. Again, that's TTATO Podcast ATL. You can also follow us on any streaming platform wherever you listen to your podcasts. We are on YouTube as well at This, That, and the Other with Joey and Ian. Again, that's This, That, and the Other with Joey and Ian. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate everybody that has listened to us this far. We're going to continue doing this thing. We love doing this. We love bringing you these episodes. So thank you again, and we'll see you next time.
All right, dude. I got a pack, but I'm probably going to play Fortnite instead.
Of course.